Picking it out.
I got an offer to be in a movie. My agent, Bus, lives right down the road, and he back then he didn't have to do much work. People were calling in all the time for I turned down more stuff back then, and that's one of those things that I had no aspirations ever. Still to this day, certainly not then, of being an actor, going transition into something like that. But we'd won the Super Bowl, and it was the all season. And Bus said, as he always would do, he called me and said, "You want to get into acting?" And I said, "Never crossed my mind." "Why?" He said, "Well, there's this new comedy coming out." I don't think he knew when it was coming out, but the producers asked if you would do a part in a movie, a cameo. And he said, "Don't pay nothing," which it wasn't about that.
Yeah.
They'd pay you $800 or something like that. But I said, "Where I got to go? How long I got to do it?" That was always I didn't want to commercials. First few times I did commercials, I was like, this is what you do for a commercial. You spend 2 days for a 30-second commercial. Mm-hmm. And it wasn't my cup of tea. So I'm thinking a part in a movie, that may be a week. He said, "Well, they need you to come down to Miami. They'll fly you down there on a private jet and spend the night, film the next day, and you'll be out of there." And I said, "All right, I'll do it." Didn't know anything about the movie. So I flew down, me and my wife flew down to Miami the afternoon before, met the cast, Ben Stiller, one of his first movies, I think, Cameron Diaz. Great cast. They were super nice. And the Farrelly brothers, I think I don't know if they were producers or directors or whatever, had a real good resume. I didn't know much about them, but they had a long list of hits. And I was nervous as all get out, even though I'd gotten used to doing commercials. On a commercial, it's kind of just you. Mm-hmm. This one, there was a whole cast watching. And I was nervous, Nelly. And they said, "All right, here's the lines. Say them how you would normally say them." And I was like, "We're in Miami to play the Matt right in front of me, looking at me. And the camera's over his shoulder. And the whole time he's got these fake teeth in and he's making faces at me." And I'd start laughing. They'd cut. And after a while, Matt said, "If you want to get it over with, you got to do it right." And I was like, "Okay." So you just got to suck it up. And the part that you see, when I watch it, I'm like, good Lord, did I look stiff and nervous? And so I always tell people I should have won an Oscar because they told me to act stiff and nervous, and I did a great job of acting. In fact, I was nervous as hell, but finally, it was like, "We're in town to play the Dolphins," was one of my lines. And I kept saying, "We're in town to play the Dolphins." And they were like, "That ain't how you would say it." Finally, I said, "We're in town to play the Dolphins, you dumbass." They go, "That's it. That's it." Yeah.